I was very happy to be included in this tribute to Stan Laurel. That wonderful little man brings on a great wave of nostalgia to me. I remember when we were kids, we flocked to that little theater in Flatbush every time there was a new Stan Laurel picture. All the kids would rush around trying to scrape together that 10-cent admission. Say, it took almost a day and a half to steal enough milk bottles. That was the Nielsen rating of the day. When Laurel and Hardy pictures were showing, more milk bottles were stolen than during the run of any other picture. I guess what we really loved about Stan Laurel was his portrayal of the little man. The little man being pushed around, being stepped upon, like this. This. And this. My own life is a good example of a little man. Now, you take, for instance, the day I was born. Uncle Louie and Aunt Phoebe, they were disappointed. So were Mom and Pop. You see, they had expected a child. Being born isn't the last beating a little man takes. Got a load of me at 10 years of age.
Shine on, harvest moon.
An unusual boy. The shining talent that was Phil Silvers was apparent.
Shine on, shine on.
I didn't know it, but I had reached the age where the little hormones were asking me, what do you want to be, a little boy or a girl? Many sensitive children would have given up, but the little man, often beaten, seems to have an inner courage that makes him stand up and get beaten again. A little inner courage is called masochism. Or whatever you call it. Little Phil tried again. This had me worried, but it got me jobs. I began to appear in little shows. We played the Palace. Well, not exactly the Palace, just outside of it. It was a tough life. How do you like that combination? A mouth organ and 2 garbage can covers. The melody was carried by the flies we drew. You notice I'm not wearing glasses there? I had on contact lenses. Well, they didn't have real contact lenses in those days. They used thin little underwear buttons through the 4 holes. But I found out one thing about wearing contact lenses. People will hit you when you wear it. Notice, if you wear glasses, they won't hit you. It's a moral code even bullies live by. As a matter of fact, even when my eyes were good, I wore glasses. I went through a phase of being a coward. I'm just about over it. But now I was beginning to emerge. Sometimes it's not too good to emerge. Isn't he awful? That's because he doesn't practice. There's only one way to make a kid practice. Should have done that when he was singing. I finally got my chance. I auditioned for the famous Gus Edwards. I was a little bigger than the others. The doctor said it was glandular. I felt that perhaps it was because I was 40 years old. Gus Edwards was just a step to start, but I missed it. Yes, though beaten, discouraged, and the victim of fate, the little man clings to survival and does what he can for bread and butter. The gigolo. Ah, the offers of marriage I turned down. Not to mention 3 for men when I was singing like a girl. I didn't mind the leading. It was the lifting that got me. But losing that job was the best thing that could have happened. From now on came the big break. Burlesque, the chance for stardom. I played Brooklyn. Pittsburgh. Chicago. You know, I didn't see much of those cities, but I sure met a lot of cops.
Yeah.
How are you? Wish that nut would let me tell my own life story.